Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I want to first apologize for being so inconsistent with uploading. I know, but I've just been so busy with work and life in general. I'm gonna try to be a little more consistent this year. So what I want to talk about today is how to cope or deal with your biological father coming back into your life. I'll probably have to do different videos on, like, bring you guys up to date on how this all happened and blah blah blah. But I just want to tell you guys about how I'm dealing with it now and give you guys maybe some tips or some different ways to think about it. So yeah, so let's get right into the video. I am 26. I will be 27 in April. My biological father has been a part of my life consistently for about, I would say about 8 months now. I don't know if you guys follow me on any social media or anything, but my stepdad, who I call my dad, and he is definitely deserving of that title, he actually passed away. Dang, it's almost been 2 years now. And I feel like this has kind of helped me to become more accepting of my biological dad coming into my life. I have known that my biological father existed since I would say my preteens, maybe 10, 11, 12 in there. My mom actually sat me down and told me that my dad was not my biological dad. And I was just like, girl, what you talking about? I was like, Ma, who are you talking to? What are you talking about? Yeah, bye. Shabye. So that's how that all went, and I just never thought nothing of it. I did end up meeting him, my biological dad. We're gonna call him I can't even think of a good name. Derek. Okay, so Derek, I met Derek while I was a preteen and a teen a few times, and I met him along with one of my siblings. Apparently, I don't really remember this, but my siblings have told me, my half siblings, of course. So I met him and one of my siblings, and it was just kind of like, okay, like, cool. Like, I wasn't really receptive because, again, like, my mom and my dad, my stepdad, we're gonna give him his real name. His real name is Maurice. So my mom and Maurice had gotten a divorce, so I wasn't receptive at all because I was just like, yeah, you're not my dad. I'm so petty, but yeah, that's kind of how it was, because I'm like, yeah, like that little meme, that little video, that was me all the way. Like, no, you can't tell me nothing, sir. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much how that went. After that, I ended up staying the night at his house with at Derek's house with 2 of my brothers, and it was kind of just like, I wasn't really feeling it because here I am, I'm a teenager, I'm 16, I already got my life. Like, I don't care that my mom and Maurice are divorced. That is my dad, he has been there. So I was just like, shabye, okay? Like, y'all already know, I'm a Taurus, so like, you just can't change my mind, okay? So that's how that was, and that's how it was. I invited Derek to my high school graduation along with my paternal grandfather to my high school graduation, and it was okay. Like, it was fine. After that, it was just kind of like spotty. Like, I invited Derek to my high school graduation, and then, like, I wouldn't see him for years, literally. So fast forward, I went to the military. I was in Hawaii. I ended up meeting Derek's younger brother there, and y'all, I thought this man was my cousin. Like, I legit thought he was my cousin because I didn't know that this, I didn't know how the family worked on that side. So Maurice ended up passing while I was in Hawaii, and after that, I think my whole thought process just changed completely, because I'm 20, how old was I then? So I'm 25 at the time, and it was just my whole life just changed. I was just like, I should probably give this man a chance, as in Derek, because I mean, if he wants to be in my life, why stop him, you know? So granted, he ain't been there all the rest of the time. Like, this is what the other side of me is saying, like, this ain't did nothing my whole life, right? So I think after that, I was just kind of like, okay, let's give him a chance. What's the worst that can happen? I don't talk to him. Okay, I haven't talked to him all of this time, right? So after that, I was like, okay, I'll give him a chance. So that was 2 years ago. Well, 3 years ago. So this past year, 2017, I came home, and I'm stationed on the mainland now. So one of my cousins passed away. The day before I came back, before I was supposed to leave back for work, my sister texted me, and she's actually, we're actually kind of close. I'll do another story time about her, which is actually pretty funny. It's a good story time, but yeah. So she texts me, and she texts me every now and then. So she has my number. We kind of keep in touch, but like, you know, it's kind of here. It was kind of here and there. So she texted me and told me that one of my brothers passed. By the way, this is the second brother that I share with Derek that has passed. The other brother, that's a whole nother story. So and I haven't met this brother. I hadn't met this brother. And my sister texted me and told me to call her. So I called her, and she told me that one of our brothers passed. So I was just kind of like, oh, yeah, that's sad. Like, I didn't know him, but it's just kind of sad, like, that this is not the first, but the second brother that I have to meet at their funeral. Like, who does that, right? I do. I worked something out to where I could come back and then leave right back out for my brother's funeral, who I had not met. I went there, I saw my dad, and my dad hit Derek. I saw Derek, and he was it was like, whenever I see him, it's always like we never were apart. Like, if somebody were to see us, they would know that this man has not been a part of my life, and I did not grow up with this man. So I think that's a positive thing that I get out of this situation, because although we haven't been together, no one will ever know. And this is the same for my siblings as well. Most of them. I'm so shady. You know, I kind of just been very open, surprisingly, to letting Derek become a part of my life now as an adult, because I just realized that, although, sorry, I keep looking out the window, it's like very nice outside today, and I'm just in here on the couch, but I just realized that although he hasn't been there all those years, like, you can't waste time, because like, you just never know when somebody is going to be gone. Like, so this has kind of opened me up, and I think that my dad, my who I consider my dad, Maurice, I think that kind of opened up my whole thought process and my whole perspective on the idea. And also, like I said, I'm just getting older. Like, you just never, Oh, I don't want to cry. But you just never know, like, when your parent is gonna be gone. So I feel like you should just, okay, let me just take a break, okay? Because I'm not trying to boo-hoo. I think that is very important to at least give them a chance. Although they may not have wanted to be in your life at the time. Ooh, I'm about to. Okay, hold on. I gotta take a break. Whew, this is kind of hard to talk about. All right, so although your parent may not have wanted to be in your life at the time, like, you never know what in them may have changed and made them want to become a part of your life. And I think that for me, it's the fact that my mom and my dad, as in Maurice, raised me so well that it's almost kind of rewarding for me. I don't know if rewarding is the right word, but it's very, I don't know. It makes me feel good that I know that I am successful, and I know that I was raised impeccably and incredibly, and like that my mom and my dad did a great job. So the fact that now Derek is becoming a part of my life, and he's saying like, oh, this is what you missed out on, this is what I missed out on, I feel like that is the greatest gift of all time. Just to have your biological parents see, like, even though they weren't there, that you are still awesome, you're still great. And that's something that they're gonna have to deal with. I don't have to deal with that. That's nothing to do with me. So I feel like that kind of makes me more open. I have no hard feelings towards Derek. I keep forgetting the fake name, y'all. But I have no hard feelings towards him because, like I said, that's nothing that I have to deal with. I'm content. I'm very content, okay? I had a great childhood. It sucks that I didn't get to meet my siblings or be around them or grow up with them so that we have those memories, but that's something that we're working on now, and that's a whole nother video, okay? But I think that is good that I'm giving him a chance. And like I said, he knows, and we've talked about it. He's told me like that my mom has done a great job, and I know she happy to hear that, okay? Even though nobody had to tell her that. But I know that that's something that's eating him up, and that's something that he's gonna have to try to make up for. And unfortunately, it's nothing that you can make up for. We just gotta kind of move forward and just build from here. There's so many more years ahead, and I think that with both of our positive attitudes, me and Derek, I think that it can work. So as an adult, I would just say be open. Sorry, that's my air freshener. I would just say be open and be willing, and don't hold any grudges, because you holding a grudge is not gonna do you any good. Yeah, so just be open about it, because this person, that takes a lot to want to come back into somebody's life that you didn't effed up on Aaron, okay? So like, they know. So the fact that they want to come back, that should say a lot to you as a child. Like, dang, like, they really know that they messed up. I don't know if you looking for any apologies, but honestly, for me, an apology ain't gonna do okay? So just do what you gotta do now. The past is already done. You can't fix it, so why dwell on it? As a teenager, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm gonna try, but like I said, I wasn't very receptive as a teenager. I would say try to listen to what I'm saying, but I know teenagers, they don't listen, they don't take advice very well. So if you are a teenager and your parent wants to come back into your life, you don't have to call them dad, you don't have to call them mom or whatever. Just if it works, don't call them anything. Just be like, hey. If that works for you, because that's what I had to do for a while. Call them whatever you feel comfortable with. Like, it's their issue, and the way you cope with it is just something that they're gonna have to deal with, okay? I'm the only person that has my mom as a mom and Derek as a dad. I don't have any siblings that are whole siblings. And I think that's kind of like crazy. Like, I'm like an only child. It feels kind of good, but it doesn't at the same time, okay? Yeah, I'm like an only child, technically. Another video on how to cope with half siblings. I can't even freaking talk. How to cope with half siblings. I cannot talk. I'll do another video on how to cope with half siblings. There we go. I'm sorry, these braces are out of control. Yeah, hopefully this kind of helped you guys. I really don't know. I just kind of wanted to get it out. Maybe somebody else is out there going through the same thing I'm going through. Maybe they're a little younger, maybe they're the same age. I think it helps a lot to know that somebody else is going through what you're going through. I feel like if this video has helped you, go ahead, comment down below, like it, give it a thumbs up. I kind of just sat down and just talked. Hopefully it helps somebody. I was just kind of rambling, but I will see you in the next one. Bye.